Hello and welcome back to XCOM2. I'm just gonna jump straight into the geoscape as I talk here. I realized something, and I don't know why it took me this long to realize this. Oh, this seems awesome. Grenade plus ammo means the grenade and the ammo proving ground projects, we just get one reward from each of those categories. I'm definitely going to get that, hopefully get some tracer rounds. But yeah, let's do the intel, then the grenade, and then continue scanning for New India, because we do have New Australia ready to go, the facility mission. So as soon as the Avatar project ticks over, we'll go out on that mission. So yes, I finally realized why we haven't been getting the Avenger defense mission. And that's because I haven't done the Shadow Chamber projects. I'm pretty sure that there is a trigger in those projects that you have to complete before you get the Avenger mission. So I should definitely do the Shadow Chamber research. Like, as soon as possible, in fact. In fact, why am I even not doing that right now? Let's go to the Shadow Chamber.
Now that we've built the Shadow Chamber, we should be able to complete a more thorough analysis of the alien artifacts and data we've been recovering.
Yeah, let's research the Codex Brain and start getting the questing line completed, or progressed, because we're not doing anything right now, and I should have done that at the beginning of this episode, but whatever. I will just continue on. So, hopefully we will be able to get supply drop. Supply drop available? Where's their supply drop available? That's a lot of supplies. We don't need them. Oh, let's get the supplies. Yeah, but hopefully we will get this research done and then be able to get the Avenger defense mission. I really am interested in seeing just how difficult this mission can be this late in the game, because when I had it in my previous campaigns, I've had it when I had magnetic weaponry. So having it with plasma weaponry, potentially gatekeepers and sectopods, could be very dangerous. I'm interested in seeing how this works out. Now, Wraith suit. This lightweight variant of a powered armor system not only boosts our soldiers' reflexes and speed, it also incorporates experimental warp technology, permitting the wearer to briefly change dimensional phase and effortlessly pass right through obstacles. One Wraith suit has been added to the inventory. I've never used this item before, so let's actually check it out. Go to the soldier list, get one of the Psi operatives, and put them in this Wraith suit. It has a grapple. This armor mounts a grappling hook and cable on the left arm, permitting rapid elevation change. Wraith, this allows the unit to pass directly through obstacles for 2 turns. Mobility and increased chance of taking grazing shots. Wrist-mounted grapple allows... Okay, so... Same health as the Warden armor, 1 less armor point, but you get 25 dodge and you get +2 mobility, and then you get the extra abilities on top of that. Grapple plus Wraith, allowing you to move through obstacles for 2 turns. Not entirely sure how that ends up working, but...
Our stealthiest suit, the Wraith, provides a range of movement that technically violates the laws of physics. There's also a grappling hook for good measure.
Something is wrong with his shadows on his face, and his hair was the only thing that was visible there. You know a guy likes his hair when it's visible even though he's invisible, so I don't know. Something seems a little bit weird about that, but whatever, we'll just let it go. I should definitely build something in the proving grounds though before I continue on. I do have all of this cash, so let's build another powered weapon.
We'll get started right away, Commander.
Another Wraith suit, because I do have a couple of Psi operatives on these missions. Some experimental ammo. I will probably start that research after we scan the grenade ammo drop from this other supply zone that we have here. So we'll just ignore that and go scan out this grenade and ammo. It could be really good for us. The grenade, probably not. At this point, I'm not using grenades other than plasma grenades. And the ammo, again, tracer rounds would be amazing because I don't have tracer rounds and I want the +10 aim. Talon rounds would also be pretty good, and I would definitely put that on a ranger or a sniper.
Commander, we're making progress piecing this thing back together, but it hasn't been pretty.
Our soldiers completely disabled this unit in the field. What we're hearing is merely a byproduct of electrical impulses. I assure you, it is well past the point of feeling pain.
I'll take your word for it, Doctor.
I'm sending you a new sequence now.
These are coordinates. Return coordinates. Think we've got a point of origin. Well, part of one.
Something else. Something underneath. One moment. The unit is attempting to block further access.
That's not all it's doing. I'm losing the data we've already decrypted.
Almost there. Just one more adjustment.
Forget the data. It's accessing the power core. Overriding my safety. Increasing power levels to tie in, sever the connection.
There. Some sort of fail-safe protocol, I imagine. The Codex must have intentionally overloaded the interface to prevent any further theft of information. Still, I believe I was one step ahead of it.
That's an enormous amount of data.
Yes, and I expect it may take some time to decipher.
Better get started. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that again.
I'll proceed with the necessary research and preparation. With your approval, of course, Commander. I'd also suggest we look into those coordinates.
That's if I can reconstruct the data we lost in the transfer. I just hope it was worth it.
New objective added.
All right, we get another research project in the Shadow Chamber. Why couldn't we do that again? We built the machine once. We can just rebuild it and put another Codex head in there. I don't understand that.
I've updated our latest operational objectives, Commander.
In the field, the Codex appears as an anomalous form in an almost constant state of flux, seemingly only present in our world for milliseconds at a time. However, it was apparently not immune to the effects of conventional weaponry, having dissipated before leaving behind this object.
All right, let's go back in and research the encrypted Codex data. It's going to take 12 days. Again, hopefully once we get these research projects going, we will be able to
establish contact with the local resistance forces in this region, Commander. We're ready to move on the coordinates we pulled from the Codex.
New objective added.
We could do this mission. I'm pretty sure this will also reduce the Avatar project
We're making
progress,
Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings.
but I don't really see a real need to do that mission right now. Let's just keep doing what we are doing, which is scan for this grenade and ammo. We should have a mission here very shortly. Increased cost of recruits. Oh no, what are we gonna do? More psionic training completed. Probably Fortress. Being immune to explosive damage seems very helpful on one of these units. On the Side Troopers. Fuse is pretty good, but do want these guys to survive, so I will be defensive and give them the defensive abilities. And there we go. Guerrilla Ops available. Let's see what we get. Only 2 mission sites, New Australia and New India. We can either get a scientist or an engineer. We can reduce the alien facility counter by 4 weeks, or we can counter a hidden event. Hack the resistance communications or destroy the alien relay. What would I rather get, an engineer or a scientist? At this point, honestly, neither are very helpful. I have all the engineers I need. I have all of the scientists that I need. All the research is pretty much done except for a few things, which are only going to take a month and a half to finish altogether, and then we will basically be done with research. So why not try to go for the engineer? It's a little bit more of a difficult mission. Andromedon, Gatekeeper, Archon Heavy Mech, Codex, Archon, Muton, Elite Trooper Heavy Mech, Sectoid. New Australia is definitely tougher with the Andromedon plus the Gatekeeper. It's interesting that this mission is so much easier. Oh no, well, there's a Sectopod. Okay, there's a Sectopod. But I think that Let's just do the harder mission. Why not? New Australia, let's go.
Setting course for the Australian sector.
We'll see if this Wraith suit was actually worth constructing. I guess it means that we can move maybe onto roofs without needing to have a ladder onto the roof. That would be kind of actually really cool. Who has the suit? Is it Nakagawa or is it Fabio? I think I put it on Fabio, which is fine. No, I must put it on Nakagawa. It's hard to tell. I guess you have to look for the blue lines on the legs to really tell. We also lose one inventory slot by using this armor, it looks like, which is not that big of a deal. But he has Soul Lance, or I keep calling it Soul Lance, Null Lance, which is very difficult to line up. So I think having the race suit on Nakagawa makes sense. Well, I guess Fabio has Soul Lance as well, so I guess it doesn't really matter as much as I was thinking it would. Specialist. We are going to... I guess we're just going to continue using Crypto. Priest would be good. Jester is the one who has the terrible ability that I don't want to use. Yeah, I'm going to use Priest for this one, I think. There's nothing really... Well, there's a couple of heavy mechs that we could hack, but... you know, I like having a couple of specialists leveled up at the same time. Sharpshooter, Bullseye, Andromedon plus Gatekeeper. Yeah. Let's switch out Bullseye for Zeus. I think him having a better ability to move forward is going to work a little bit better for us. Razor is fine, and Thunder... Because we are dealing with a Gatekeeper, I think it is very nice to have Thunder along. The hollow targeting plus shredding if the cannon hits is nice. Okay, let's make everything available and get these two people kitted out. Definitely going to put the War Suit on Zeus. The ability to fire a rocket, should I need it, is very nice. I could also put on a Plasma Blaster instead. It's basically a Null Lance. It fires in a straight line. Yeah, let's go for the Plasma Blaster. It's much harder to aim, but hopefully I can make it work. And we are going to give him, of course, the AP rounds. We're not going to have the shredding potential of Bullseye, but having the ability to fire multiple times in a turn with his pistol, I think is going to be nice. And you're going to get the Skulljack and the Medkit. You are our healer, and you have Serial, so I need to actually remember to use this ability correctly. But as long as I do that, then we should be fine. Now, Proximity Mine is okay. Mimic Beacon, definitely worth having. There are codexes on this mission, I was pretty sure. Let's just go back and look really quickly. No, oh yes, there's a codex on this mission, and New India as well. No, not New India. I guess it was just New Australia. Okay, so we will bring along a flashbang, at least one. And this is an interesting situation because we actually do not have that much cover destruction. We only have one grenade on Thunder to destroy cover. Now there are Andromedons, which ideally we would just mind control and then that would be it. Archon, kind of the same thing, but Archons don't take cover. The mechs don't take cover. The Gatekeeper doesn't take cover. So not having a lot of cover destruction is not that big of a problem. The Proximity Mine is pretty decent in that regard. I think what I might want to do is actually replace the Proximity Mine. Alright, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a Mimic Beacon on Fabio and replace the Mimic Beacon on Razor with a grenade. I can't because I've already brought one grenade in the form of the not Mimic Beacon, the Proximity Mine. Okay. I would really like to have another grenade on somebody, but who gets it? Nakagawa could get it, but I want to see what the suit can do, you know? You know what? I don't need blue screen rounds. There's only going to be one mech, maybe two, maybe three, but the regular old-fashioned mechs are not that big of a problem right now. If there was a sectopod, I would think I would definitely have the blue screen rounds. But the Andromedon, you know, once we get rid of his first stage and put him in his second stage, he's extremely easy to hit with no armor, and his HP, while high, falls very quickly to the plasma weapons. I don't think blue screen rounds affects the Gatekeeper either, but with the Psionic Troopers, we're just going to be using Psi attacks and stasis on a Gatekeeper anyways. So you know what? Instead of blue screen rounds, you take a plasma grenade just in case we need it. So we have a flash, 1 plasma, 2 plasma. I guess I could also put a rocket launcher on Thunder, but I do want to make sure that we have the AP rounds so that we can pierce armor. You know what? We don't need the AP rounds. Do we have another warsuit? I have an exosuit. You know what? An exosuit is fine. This is what I'm gonna have. Okay, so this way we do have 1 more rocket if we need it. Yeah, okay. That's not bad. What is your health like? You have the plus 13 aim, your health is 8 plus 5, 1 armor. Yours is 7 plus 6 with 2 armor, so it's about the same. Okay, I think this is our loadout. We have a couple of explosive grenades, dragon rounds on Ecto just in case, proximity mine, 2 mimic beacons in case we need them, AP rounds on Zeus, of course. Nano medkit plus the skulljack. Everyone is kitted out with weapons. All right, let's see how this works out. Took a bit of time there figuring out the loadout, but
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
but I think I like the idea of having an extra rocket launcher on the Grenadier. Even if we lose AP
The
rounds, that's
hidden alien
fine.
Communications relay in this area is being used by Advent to transmit critical data back to their network. The loss of that data will stop their latest project in its tracks. So we're moving in to destroy the relay before they complete the transfer. We're expecting a strong contingent of security forces. Neutralize them and secure the site. Destroy that relay at all costs.
Operation Failing Prophecy. Once I get a really good scope or tracer rounds, or ideally both, then I might want to put the tracer rounds on the Grenadier and not have the extra rocket and have the extra inventory space for the ammo type. But until that happens, you know, we're not going to be using chain shot. So being able to destroy the cover of some enemies, I think, is more
Communications relay is up
more
ahead.
worthwhile.
Move in and destroy the target.
Positions concealed.
All right, let me just turn on the light. Actually, it's a bit dark. Let's see the keyboard. There we go. All right, Razor, you are the de facto unit who moves forward. There is a nice little spot of cover here on top of the roof. There is a little bit of mini cover here on this this second floor balcony, which I do like the idea of. There is a little warehouse building here, which might block a lot of the line of sight, unfortunately. There's a Advent scanning security tower thing over there that we can hack. It's probably going to be one on this side of the mission as well. But we got to move forward to see what we've got. So, oh, the movement allowance on Razor is amazing.
Hostile forces spotted.
All right, so this is just an officer plus a stun lancer. Very easy pod to deal with. And where are you, Voodoo? Voodoo, your movement allowance is now kind of amazing. You have a grapple. You have the Wraith directly through obstacles for 2 turns, and there are 2 charges of this ability. You could also just grapple straight onto the roof if we want, which actually seems pretty decent. Grapple onto the roof and then get into the half cover. Of course, I could just move him because there's nothing here that would actually prevent him from getting onto the building, onto the roof anyway, so might do that. But first of all, I am going to move Razor ahead just a little bit more, get line of sight into the building, and make sure that there are no enemies on the roof or around the corner that might spot us if we take cover on top of the roof.
Moving to designated
And we are not going to get spotted from this position. Okay, that's what I was not concerned of, but worried about. But now that I have vision on them, I know if moving onto the roof will actually break concealment. It looks like we are perfectly fine doing that. So I'm probably just going to dash Nakagawa into this corner cover. You know what? Maybe I'll put the Grenadier up there if they can make it, because I'm thinking about it, right? I'm thinking about it, and Nakagawa has Null Lance, and if I'm going to be using that ability, then I want to be able to hit in a straight line, and if I'm high, then, you know, three-dimensional space and everything, it's going to be aiming Null Lance into the ground, so it's not going to be hitting in a line. It's going to be hitting, you know, top down. It might hit a few units in a row, but it's not going to be able to hit units, you know, that are 10 tiles spread out. So let's in fact put Thunder up on the roof.
Headed there now.
And I will keep the Psi Troopers on the ground level because, you know, their Psi abilities don't gain any additional chances to hit if they're high, so... Okay. Now the Sniper. I do like the idea of putting the Sniper into this half cover here, though. I really do. Because this way they have a height advantage on most of the enemies, and they may be able to actually shoot through this building, especially if we blow it up, and hit the objective, especially if we blow up the wall next to it as well. So, you know, I like the idea of putting the Sniper into this position. There's not really another place that's good for them without having a, you know, another grapple that I could use to get on top of this bus, you know, shelter thing. So I think I'm going to do that, just kind of dash forward. It means that we're not going to have an Overwatch on the Sniper, but I think that's okay. We also have the Plasma Blaster, of course, which just fires in a straight line, like Null Lance, does a lot of damage, destroys cover.
Rolling out.
Just follow the Sniper and make sure they reach their destination okay. Good. Civilians inside the building, but they are not going to see us. Now, Priest. Probably just going to be dashing you forward as well. I don't like dashing into this full cover because it does mean that we might be able to get flanked. I kind of do like this full cover, except I know that there's a pod here because I saw them when we focused on the objective at the beginning of the mission. So what I might actually do is just kind of move them up by this building so that they have good line of sight into the building and kind of just leave it at that. Maybe even just go into the half cover in the back. They do have serial, and so having a height advantage could be very advantageous, but there's not really a good place to put them on this turn. I might still want to put them on the roof, though, so that they can get a nice height advantage on the next turn and then use serial to good effect, potentially. So let's put them on the roof. And Ecto and Fabio, as soon as the targeting is active on you guys, there it is, I will just bring you guys into the cover positions by the building, and we will go from there. So you're going to get there, you're going to get there. No Overwatches. But I think we're probably not going to get spotted. We have one Overwatch, actually, the Sniper. Now, breaking concealment on this turn would be interesting, because there are 3 pods currently visible. We could mind control the Andromedon or the Muton, but the 2 mechs in the distance are a bit of a problem. The officer and the Stun Lancer is not a problem at all. It's pretty trivial. I do worry about the Stun Lancer, of course, them being able to basically incapacitate a soldier. The Andromedon and the Muton are not moving, and unfortunately the Null Lancer is too close to us. So let's see, you have vision on this pod and that pod. You have vision on that guy. The Grenadier is the one who has vision on the Stun Lancer. So if I move the Grenadier back, we will not pop that Stun Lancer pod. And the Ranger is the only one who has vision on the heavy mechs. So what I'm thinking, what we can do is, if we pull Thunder back, maybe say to over here or something. Maybe even just down. Yeah, maybe even put Thunder right next to the Sniper. They will not have vision on the roof. Oh, but they will have vision on the mech? How does that work out? You don't have vision on the mech, do you? No. But apparently moving here would give you vision on that mech, which is kind of worrying. I'm not entirely sure how we would have vision on that mech, so I am kind of worried about moving Thunder down. But ideally, we would not have vision on the Stun Lancer. We would not have vision on any of these mechs. We would only have vision on the Andromedon plus the Muton, and I could open up with a mind control attempt on either the Andromedon or the Muton. Ideally the Andromedon, because if it's successful, we will probably not get vision on either of these two pods. But if the Muton is mind controlled, we might get vision on this heavy mech pod in the back. I don't have vision on the Andromedon right now, so I would have to move forward slightly. Trying to figure out a way of getting vision on this Andromedon without getting vision on anyone else. It's being a little bit tricky. I mean, I could also just shoot the Andromedon. We have armor-piercing rounds. We'd be able to do half of its health. But, you know, I have these Psi operatives for a reason. Let's see if we can't use them. I might also just be able to get a really nice Null Lance in here and hit both of them. If I can't do it from this position, I can definitely move and get into a position where this does land properly. Let's kind of move back a little bit. The range on this thing is enough that I could possibly make it work just by moving back slightly to like here or here. I only have vision on the Andromedon from the back here. That actually might be best. Move back, have vision on the Andromedon, try to mind control him. If it's successful, it's successful. If it's not, it's not. I can look at the stats of my units by mousing over the nickname. Psi Strength 119. Psi Strength 120. So Nakagawa would probably try to mind control the Andromedon. The Andromedon's going to be very difficult to mind control. Insanity could provide a good benefit here. And if I'm going to do this, then what I would do is I would drop Thunder down into a position where he does not have, or she does not have line of sight on any of these pods, which would probably mean next to Zeus and hoping that the line of sight to this mech is actually not line of sight to that mech. Because the sniper, you know, right next to this tile does not have line of sight on the mech, apparently would if I move them over one tile, so I'm not entirely sure if I trust that. Losing the shot from Thunder would be really unfortunate though, so I kind of want to maybe be safe and try to find a position where I would still have a shot. I can only do that from inside the building though, really. So what I might have to do actually is move back behind the building with Thunder. Try to mind control, the Muton's going to run, and if the mind control and the Muton fails, then I will at least be able to toss in a grenade to destroy cover and then take a bunch of shots at the Andromedon and Muton. But with the other side trooper, maybe I could just, you know, drop the Andromedon into stasis at the end of the turn. Okay. Well, I've been thinking about it for a little bit too long. We are going to move Nakagawa back slightly to the full cover position. They have line of sight on the Andromedon. Domination attempt is 70. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. Thunder is going to drop down behind the full cover. They are going to lose line of sight on the Stun Lancer on the roof, but we will be able to shoot at the Andromedon or the Muton. An 89% chance to hit the Andromedon. You know what I'm actually thinking? Maybe I just put Thunder on Overwatch, because when the Andromedon moves, we'll get an Overwatch shot on it. If the domination fails, and if the domination doesn't fail, the Muton's going to move and we'll get an Overwatch shot on him. So we're going to Overwatch Thunder. This is a reaction shot with no penalty. Theoretically, I've never actually looked into that to see if that is actually true. Everyone else is going to stay put. Let's just double check the sight lines again. The Ranger is going to stay in concealment, so that doesn't matter. Ecto only has line of sight on the Muton. Priest is on the roof. He has line of sight on the Muton, but we're not going to be taking the shot quite yet with him. Your chance to hit is actually pretty terrible. Even though you have the height advantage, that's kind of strange. 89%, 89% is actually pretty good. No one else has line of sight on either of the pods that I don't want to activate on, so Voodoo, try to dominate the Andromedon.
Don't resist me.
It was successful, which means the Thunder Overwatch is going to trigger on the Muton, and hopefully we don't get vision on the extra pod of mechs. Hopefully we are just beyond the building and we are missed. So this should be a very high percentage chance to hit. Which means that we are not going to try dominating this Muton. Not at all, because that would be kind of a terrible decision. We can take a couple of pistol shots at this guy. One should get the job done, and then we can just go into Overwatch. And in fact, going into a long watch Overwatch with the sniper doesn't sound that bad, actually. I could lightning hands and then do a long watch Overwatch. Alternatively, I could just take a pistol shot, guarantees a kill, and then Overwatch with the pistol, which still does 3 to 6 damage through armor because of the armor-piercing rounds. The sniper rifle, though, does have an aim bonus, so I do kind of feel like having the sniper rifle to take the Overwatch would be best. Now, if I move forward to here, we will see the pod of the trooper on the roof, so I don't want to move against the wall. So I will probably leave Priest alone, but everyone else, you know, Ecto, the Ranger's not really got that much to do, but Priest, the Sniper, and Ecto will be on Overwatch, and then we can, you know, let what be. So we are going to take lightning hands at this Muton, 100% chance to kill. Now I can Overwatch with the sniper rifle on Zeus, and he will get a nice shot at whatever moves during the next turn. He's not in concealment. Ecto is in a pretty decent position, and again, if I move him at all, I do worry about popping another pod, and I don't want to do that on this turn, so we're just going to Overwatch him. Razor could move forward slightly. I don't really see why not, so I will move. Let's not move forward. We're in a pretty good position. Let's just kind of hang tight. I could run in and toss in a proximity mine to open this pod of mechs. But again, proximity mines are currently bugged, and so we would probably only hit one of them, in all honesty. So I do feel a little bit awkward about that. So let's just let's move forward just a hair.
Moving out.
So I have a better movement allowance. Next turn, Priest, you Overwatch. I could aid Protocol, which would theoretically give threat assessment to somebody. If I give it to... Well, if I give it to Priest, he will have an extra Overwatch, but it might not trigger from this angle. I could give it to the Sniper, but that would just be a pistol Overwatch, unfortunately. I could give it to the Andromedon. I don't think that's necessary, though. We're just going to Overwatch. Now, they are activated. There we go. Looked like we might not have gotten the line of sight necessary, but we did get it. 8 damage through the armor. It doesn't shred because that is Bullseye, not Zeus. But this is fine. 1 Overwatch, probably. One Overwatch from the mech.
Adjusting sights.
Nope. It looks like they were. It was a long watch Overwatch. It wasn't a, you know, within line of sight Overwatch, which means that we did get the the mech wasn't able to go into Overwatch. It had to approach us. So we have a sniper rifle, but we also have face-off. We can take a pistol shot and then face-off. We could use the plasma blaster to destroy some cover and grant some line of sight to our other units. We have the Andromedon also, so I think we should definitely start with the Andromedon, kind of push him forward, out of cover, and then like lob an acid bomb, maybe at these 2 mechs over here. I'm not really worried about the officer in the back. If he takes a shot, he's probably going to be shooting at the Andromedon anyways. So let's... Oh, the Andromedon also can just bash through this wall because he is a badass and does not care about cover in the least. So let's do that. Let's just bash through this wall. There's the objective. Acid Bomb's not going to destroy cover, but we can hit both of the mechs, which I think is... It means that this is the turn that or the action that we are going to make this turn with this Andromedon. That's too good to pass up. It's going to shred a little bit of armor, I think. No, it doesn't. It bypasses armor. That's right. I knew that there was some thing with his acid bomb attack, but I couldn't remember what it was. Now, because we have a 100% chance to hit both of these mechs with the sniper, both of these mechs are dead because we shoot once at the mech with high health, and then we face off both at the same time. This guy only has 3 health, meaning he's dead. This guy, if he has, 3 to 6 health, then he might be dead. So we are going to fire the pistol first at the heavy mech. Six means that they are both dead from a face-off. This is an excellent. Well, actually, I guess he's not dead if we roll a 3 on this attack, but hopefully we do not roll a 3. And this is an excellent use of resources here. The Andromedon plus the sniper were able to almost kill both of these mechs, but they were not. One mech is alive with 1 HP, meaning that a stock weapon is probably what we are going to use to knock out the other mech here. Could probably use Ecto, but I do want to move forward, so I am going to move forward into the full cover. We shouldn't pop another pod as long as he doesn't move, up onto the roof or anything. We can see the unit in the back, which is actually kind of nice because we could use Soul Lance to deal some damage. We could fuse his grenade, breaking the cover, allowing us to get in there with Thunder, probably about here, getting a shot in. We can see him from here, and Voodoo has a good movement allowance, but it's not good enough to actually be able to get into a position where we could shoot this guy unless I kind of get onto the roof of this bus stop, or maybe try the Wraith ability and see if this increases my movement allowance somehow, like it's a teleport into a yellow movement range, only taking 1 action, something like that. I don't know. I will try it though. So Ecto, I think you go ahead and pop the cover of this elite officer. Andromedon's taking cover. Didn't actually destroy the cover. That's kind of what I was worried about because this did look like it's a pretty hefty beam, but it still did 6 damage and removed that guy's grenade. So I think that is definitely a turn well spent. Still no Inspire on these Psionic Troopers, which I think is kind of nuts, honestly. But Thunder, you are going to move into the full cover position inside the building. No reason that we need to worry about breaking the windows now because we have already broken concealment. 41% chance on the elite officer in the back is kind of terrible. Could chain shot him for a, what is the shot now? 41, so it would be what, 26? We don't need to chain shot the mech either because literally 1 hit will kill him. 1 hit from anything. Can I get line of sight on this officer in the back? No. So what I might end up doing is just kind of getting into cover and taking a shot at this mech, leaving Priest on the roof in Overwatch because I am still worried about moving Priest forward and breaking the other pod on the roof. Ideally, I will let this pod kind of hang out for 1 more turn. Could also activate Serial, move forward, and then take a killing blow on the mech, and then I guess go into Overwatch afterwards. But if we're not going to pop the pod, then it doesn't matter. Well, I guess it would matter because maybe we could kill this unit here. He's flying, I just realized. He is definitely flying. Okay. Voodoo can then move forward and go on Overwatch. Can shoot through the building slightly. Not very good line of sight. Razor can then, after this mech is killed, move forward, get into cover, and then Overwatch, and if this guy moves forward for some reason, then we can get a good shot off on him. Thunder could then, I guess, Overwatch, keep this elite officer tied down so that he shoots our Andromedon instead of any of us. We were in half cover at least. The only person in half cover actually would be the sniper, Zeus. He has a height advantage, but he also can't see the officer. So we would all be in full cover except for the Andromedon. So you know what? That's a pretty decent option. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to move Priest down. I'm going to use Serial, move him down, take a shot at the mech. It's going to be guaranteed kill because we have the stock. We're going to Overwatch in case this guy decides to run. We're going to move Nakagawa in, and they are going to Overwatch, and Thunder is going to Overwatch, so we will have 3 Overwatches go in case this guy wants to move forward. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a kill. That's what I'm thinking. Kind of not a good use of Serial, but we're actually doing quite well right now. You know what? I think I've changed my mind again. Let's not use Serial. It's a really good ability. Let's try to keep it for later. So we're just going to move down and take a shot at the mech and kill him. Let's keep Serial. Maybe we'll get better use out of it later, especially when the codexes appear. If they split, then Serial is going to be very nice in getting a bunch of kills on them, as long as I can get back up onto the roof. Get some of that delicious height advantage. 71%, but it is a guaranteed kill because of the stock. But it hit regardless. And there is some loot over there. Yeah, so we will move Razor over there towards the loot. Won't be able to get it this turn. Probably won't be able to get it next turn, to be perfectly honest. Could move on to the roof as well, which is an interesting idea. But I think I'm just going to kind of move over by this car.
Confirmed.
So I can pick up the loot on the next turn and then participate in the fight somewhere. Anywhere I move is going to be getting me poisoned, so let's just kind of hang tight. I can see the objective. I could shoot it from this position, but I am not going to.
Got it covered.
Thunder, you were just going to go on Overwatch. You could take a 41% chance shot. You know what? 41%'s not that bad. Let's try it. I've changed my mind on Thunder here. Okay. It was not a coin flip, but it wasn't far off from being a coin flip, so I feel pretty good about that. And Voodoo, you are just going to run into the full cover here, get into a position where you can use your Psi abilities to good effect on the next turn, hopefully. And here are those 2 Advent troopers that I was aware of earlier, but didn't want to activate. This is probably where we are going to use either a grenade or the other domination. The other domination's probably got a really high chance of success, 99% chance at the Lancer, so I think that is what I'm going to do. But we should definitely use our other actions first, just to make sure that we know what's around us in case there's a codex, in case there's what have you. Advanced Expanded Magazine is really nice. Advanced Scope is really nice. I could put these on the Grenadier weapons, which I have been wanting to do for some time, or the rifle, and maybe get a good serial weapon for Priest here. And Superior Focus plus 27 Will. I think all that does is protect you against Psi attacks, so it's not the best option for us. But this is a pretty good move right here. It puts us in half cover, but it's half cover in 2 directions, and we have really good line of sight at the objective and what's around it. So we know that there's a Codex and a Gatekeeper, and we know that there's an Archon on the other side, because we saw it. Plus 1 more Andromedon. So because I have vision on the Gatekeeper, I know where not to move at the very least. Anywhere where I can see inside the building. We're going to deal with these 2 troopers right now, then deal with these guys later. So I think I might actually not dominate. I was thinking about it, but I think I don't want to dominate, because if I dominate, then I might run into a situation where I get line of sight on the Gatekeeper codexes, and that would not be very good. So let's maybe try to avoid that. Now, the Andromedon is in a very nice position because he can just move forward a couple of steps Hopefully not get line of sight on this this Codex. I think we're pretty good in that regards, but we can get a flanking shot on the Lancer, and if it hits, it's going to do a ton of damage. So I like the idea of just moving forward ever so gently, ever so lightly. Not get vision on another pod, but have 70% chance to maybe just knock out this stun Lancer. Just one hit kill him. Nope, but that does mean that we have a very easy kill for another unit, or for 2 units if we use 2 units with stocks, which is a definite possibility, or a grenade from Thunder. That flashbang is definitely going to come into play next turn, though. Definitely. For some reason, I can get line of sight by moving up against this wall, which is, it seems extremely strange. I'm also flanked from these positions, which is extremely strange. Not entirely sure why. It makes me not trust the cover, the fact that it says I have line of sight. Like, if I shoot through the wall, is it going to destroy the wall, and then all of a sudden I will not have any cover?
On the move.
Well, I do have line of sight from here. Another 41% and a 46% at the Elite Lancer. I guess I should have moved Thunder forward and then taking the shot with Thunder first, because then if it would have hit, then we would have had a better shot with the Andromedon. Now, I could also use a grenade here to destroy the cover of the Elite Officer. Demolition doesn't work because I don't have ammo, but I do have free reload. So I could reload and then try to demo his cover. But I worry about this breaking, or this, I worry about destroying this cover, creating line of sight between the Andromedon and the Codex. I worry about this pod activating if I destroy this cover. It doesn't look like it would. It looks like the cover from this pillar is blocking line of sight, but I worry, you know, I worry. We do have an 80% chance to hit the Archon in the back. Definitely not going to be taking that shot. I could Overwatch, though, and that would activate a pod, potentially. But I do still need to also work on getting to this objective and destroying it. Null Lance might be good here. A couple of Soulfires would really help in dealing with these units, though, in case, you know, the shots miss from the sniper. If I'm moving forward, use a pistol from Priest, who is not going to really have any good lines of sight on these units. I guess I will have one shot from this position with Priest. Maybe I will take that, but I also just might want to move him forward so that he's in a better position to shoot on targets on the next turn, because we're going to have a very major battle here very shortly. Do need to get into position to destroy the objective, though. Okay, so you know what? Ecto, you're going to move forward. Because Nakagawa has the mind control, I'm going to move Nakagawa first into the full cover position.
On my way.
They shouldn't pop any pods. They're far enough away. I could shoot the objective. In 2 turns, it would be dead. Or I could shoot one of these guys. We do have a superior stock. So 2 shots at this Advent Lancer with the with Priest plus the Nakagawa unit would be enough to get a kill guaranteed, and then we could just focus the rest of our attention on the officer. So if I'm going to do that, then let's fire on the officer with Thunder. It is a miss, but it does put hollow targeting on them. It also did not destroy the cover, which is nice.
Negative ammo. I'm spent.
Now, Zeus, you are going to move forward into a position where you can see the officer in the back, and you're probably just going to take a shot at him. I do admit the idea of using Plasma Blaster is pretty nice, but I kind of want to save that for one of these bigger units that are going to be coming at us very shortly. Yeah, you're not going to be doing anything else, so take your pistol shot. It's another miss, but that's fine. One officer is not going to be that much of a problem, and I can always stasis him if I need to. You know what I should have done is maybe I should have fused that guy. kind of too late now because Voodoo and Priest need to shoot at the Lancer. But yeah, maybe I should have just tried to destroy his cover with Fuse. But again, the whole point of not doing that was that I was worried that we might not be able to actually kill him. I do have a shot on the trooper in the back with Nakagawa. 2 Soulfires wouldn't kill, but it would come awful close. 1 Soulfire is a guaranteed kill on the trooper, though, so maybe that's what I will want to do. Move forward where I can see the officer and take shots at him instead. I actually don't think there is a position where I can see only the officer. So I might just have to move forward and overwatch if I do anything at all. Could also check out hacking this tower, but I do worry about the gremlin potentially breaking line of sight with the Archon. I'm not entirely sure how that works still. 29% chance to hit the Elite Lancer is not that good. Combat Protocol only does 4 damage. Okay. So you know what I think? I think what we do is we move Fabio up into a position where they can hit the officer, and then we kind of unload on him with Null Lances and Soulfires, and then we use 1 Soulfire to kill this trooper. So you know what? Let's do that. Let's use Soulfire to get a guaranteed kill on the Lancer. Maybe I'll just want to put the other guy in stasis. But it's weird that the sound didn't play. We're going to have a Gatekeeper potentially and an Andromedon. Not Andromedon. Actually, yeah, an Andromedon and an Archon on the next turn. Having all of my stasises available might be very nice. Well, we got to move forward into a position where we can shoot. Priest can't shoot. They can hack. People are in half or full cover. This guy does have a grenade, does he not? He does. Which makes me extremely worried, because he could just toss the grenade in at me. No Lance is not a guaranteed kill. Stasis has a long-ish cooldown. Soulfire is not going to kill him. Dominate's going to activate a pod. There's almost no reason or no way around Domination not breaking a pod. Aid Protocol. Hacking. Yeah, I really bunged up this turn because I'm basically forced to stasis this guy to not get grenaded. Because if I was this guy, I would walk forward to like here, toss a grenade at my sniper, side trooper, grenadier, and wound 3 units with one action. So I'm kind of forced to put this guy into stasis, which is not that big of a problem because I can always use a Mimic Beacon when I need it. So yeah, maybe I should have been more aggressive there. Launched a grenade earlier, broken all of their cover, and just gone from there. So Priest, you're just gonna overwatch. We're gonna see what happens. If nobody moves, then we're just gonna kill this officer and shoot the objective, and then wait for the pods to come to me. That's what we're gonna do. And maybe even, you know, launch a proximity mine with Razor, so that we'll get some extra damage output. But I might hold off on that. So I think we've learned our lesson. Let's fuse. I think we're far enough away that we won't break line of sight with the Codex. Let's give it a shot. It's going to destroy his cover, make him flanked. We will have an easy kill on him. Did not destroy... Now, we did destroy a tiny bit of the wall, enough where we will get line of sight if we were against the wall, but we luckily don't have line of sight right now. The Andromedon could take a shot at the elite officer, or they could take a shot at the objective. Free reload on Thunder. I think I want Thunder to take the shot at the officer. Thunder could use a little bit of a level up, I think. It'll have a pretty good shot, and if they miss, holo targeting.
Confirmed.
I don't think that's actually a kill. I think he has 1 HP left. 2. Yep, so we will be able to get a kill with, you know, Priest, with the sniper. Sniper does have some shots at other units in the distance. They also have a shot at the objective, so we can kill the objective super, super easily. Maybe what we want to do is actually kind of line everybody up on the roof so that they have really good aim shots at everyone on the following turn, because we know that we can move pretty far forward without getting line of sight on the Archon. So we could kind of line everybody up here, take our shots at the Archon, the Andromedon, the Codexes, and the Gatekeepers later, take out the objective. I kind of really like that idea, actually. And we know we can guaranteed kill this guy with, you know, the sniper. I do like the idea of putting the sniper on the roof, though, but it's going to take a couple of turns for them to get there. But we have time. We have time. We have time. All right. Priest can get experience from the kill. So we're going to move Priest up, and they are going to take a shot at the officer. Guaranteed kill because of the stock. Now, Voodoo, you are going to use Wraith because I want to see what this does. So you are not invisible, but you can apparently move differently through obstacles. You can't move through people. You know, you have to go around our units. So I'm not entirely... Oh, I see you. I see. So you can just move through this wall into a spot of full cover or something. Okay. You can move through the car, through all these barriers, get into cover. Okay, so I can definitely see how this is a little bit useful. It's not like a teleport or anything, but still okay. So we're gonna start by moving up here onto the roof, through the back. Is he just gonna walk through the wall? Yep. And then we're gonna move into the half cover over here. And this should not pop a pod, but I want somebody to get up onto the roof so that I can actually make sure that this is gonna work. And it looks like this is gonna work. So now we're just gonna move everybody else up there. Zeus, you take a dash. Razor, you stay put. Actually, you could easily dash up here. I gotta wait until Voodoo moves, but you know, next turn you could get up there. Andromedon, you're staying put. Priest, you're gonna take a shot at the elite officer, so go ahead and take that. He's flying. Why are these guys flying? Don't understand.
You want some more?
Could potentially get the Andromedon onto the roof as well. Yeah, that seems like a pretty decent option for us. Why? Why would I put the Andromedon on the roof? I guess, I mean, I could put him here on this little tiny pillar, and that would prevent anybody from running up to me, but I kind of like the idea of having him down where he's more likely to get shot at. That's the whole point of having him down here. Now, Thunder, you've already taken your action. Ecto, you have already taken your action, so it's just the Andromedon and Razor. The Andromedon is going to shoot the objective because someone has to, and on the next turn we will kill it. The objective, that is. Hopefully no enemy pods want to run out here and see what all of the ruckus is about. Could activate another proximity mine. I think I'm going to hold off, though. Just Overwatch. Hang tight. Pods are moving, so we did break concealment on the Archon Andromedon, but we did get a couple of units up on the roof, so we will be able to have some, you know, bonus to our actions there. Unfortunately, the Andromedon's behind cover, which is kind of awful because Andromedons are a bit of a pain to deal with. But
still active and we're running out of time. Get to the relay and take it out ASAP.
But I am actually extremely happy with this turn of events because we're dealing with one pod, not two. If I had destroyed the objective, both of these pods would have run towards the objective at full speed, and we would have to have dealt with both of them. But now, you know, I can actually take my time on this pod and deal with it the way that I want to deal with it. Moving down into the half cover and null lancing these two units seems like a very good use of my resources. Zeus can get a couple of shots off. Unfortunately, they cannot get 3 shots off. But what I might actually want to do is pop Zeus down here and use the plasma blaster. I could use the plasma blaster to destroy the bike, which may or may not damage the Andromedon because this bike has a very odd shape, but it would destroy the cover of, or the Archon, but it would destroy the cover of the Andromedon, allowing me to just take shots at it with my Andromedon, with, you know, Priest, with potentially Ecto if they can move far enough in this direction to get line of sight. They can't, but they could still shoot at the Archon, and maybe we can even just mind control the Archon. Probably not, but it would be a good way of kind of dealing with the Archon. Plenty of time left to destroy the objective. We don't need to worry about that quite yet. Don't want to get the Andromedon out of cover. I want them, or in cover, I want them to stay out of cover. So, you know, this, something like this is going to be a pretty good move. Kind of just walk forward so that you can see everybody. Don't pop the other pod that's inside the building. Good. Now you got a couple of shots here. Acid bomb. Can only hit one of them. Shot 50-55. Thunder. Thunder. You know what? Thunder does have a rocket. And the rocket does have an extremely long range. I can't hit both, but I could hit the Archon and destroy the cover of the Andromedon, but I think honestly the Andromedon is probably more difficult to deal with. Could also just blow up the motorbike. But I kind of like the idea of maybe tossing Zeus down here out of cover and plasma blasting this Archon Andromedon. Destroys cover, do a ton of damage. Heck, I could drop Voodoo down here and do the same thing with Null Lance. 7 to 12 damage to both of these guys. Not worry about mind controlling either of them, but still might be worth it. Yeah, you know what? I think I can kill these guys, or at the very least, wound the Andromedon enough that it won't be able to actually get an action in on the next turn, that it won't be able to, you know, shoot me or run up to me and punch me. So let's drop Zeus right here.
On the move.
And we're going to use this plasma blaster and really knock the crap out of these guys. Ideally destroy the motorbike as well. Looks like I might not be able to get it exactly right to hit the bike, but that's fine. Yeah, it's like one tile. I moved one tile too far in one direction. I can definitely hit both of the units, but I can't hit the bike. Okay, that's fine. So shoot for the Andromedon, deal as much damage as you can. Melt them. It did actually hit the motorbike. That's pretty nice. Did it damage the Archon? I think it did. Yeah, it totally did. So that Archon is really, really wounded. And now Nakagawa can just come right down here, same position as Zeus, and take a really nice Null Lance shot. But I don't want to stand behind Zeus because the Null Lance would hurt my sniper. So we're just going to stand right in front of them.
Sure thing.
And we're going to take a shot. Might as well have the Andromedon take a shot, I think. Have the Andromedon take a shot at the Andromedon in the back. Could acid bomb, but I think 70% chance to do a ton of damage is good too. Totally hit. Awesome. So this Andromedon and this Archon are both dead, basically. And the Andromedon, he's going to be in his suit state, but hopefully we can deal with that. Make sure that I'm actually hitting, which it looks like I am. And I will also try to hack this control tower, either this turn or the next turn, depending on whether I have the time. So the Andromeda, or the Archon, still has 2 HP remaining. Might not be able to kill the Andromedon, but, you know, at the very worst, I just use Razor. I could just kind of drop them back in a path that prevents their concealment from breaking, and then I just go to town on the Archon. I still also have Fabio, who can launch a Soulfire to guarantee a kill at the Archon. So Thunder and Priest and Razor basically have to kill the Andromedon this turn, or I don't kill the Andromedon and I assume that he's not going to be able to punch me. I don't think he's going to be able to punch me. I think I'm too far away. He has to spend, I think, one action to walk, probably about to here, and then his other action he's going to walk up next to me. So I don't think I have to worry about him punching me. So let's work under that assumption. Let's get a kill on Thunder. Good. And Priest is going to move forward and shoot the Andromedon probably, or maybe I'll just have him try to hack the objective, and we'll see what's in the objective. Not the objective, the Advent security tower here. Let's hack this tower.
Accessing system.
And if it's nothing good, I'll just take the shot at the Andromedon anyways. Might even be able to kill the Andromedon if I actually just go into Overwatch. So enemy reinforcements, but we get a guaranteed supply cache. That's a really good... It's a really good get. I think I will hack this on the next turn though, because now that I'm thinking about it, you know, we have... Oh, we only have 2 shots. You know, because I was thinking, I could aid protocol Priest and then Overwatch, but we've already moved, so we can't do that. Razor could take a shot. Razor is going to probably lose concealment on the next turn if that Andromedon runs forward. Ecto.
Absolutely.
You might as well move forward. Doesn't matter if you're in full cover or half cover right now. You can shoot the objective. I don't want you to. I guess you're just going to Overwatch. And we're not going to be able to kill this Andromedon unless I... You know what? We might be able to kill this Andromedon. We might. I'm going to put Razor behind this full cover. And I'm going to put Razor into Overwatch.
Closing on target position.
If the Andromedon moves forward, they're gonna you know, break concealment on Razor. They're gonna shoot the Andromedon, and Priest is gonna shoot the Andromedon. And if it hits and we land both shots, we might be able to kill this thing. It's very unlikely. It's very, very unlikely, but it might work. It might also work, especially if the Fabio Overwatch lands. Basically, all 3 have to land. I could also just shoot him now. Let's shoot him now. Fabio, if he can land his shot, can get a kill.
I'm busted.
You break concealment, but that's fine. You're pretty much the same distance away as the other units, so... And we can always re-enter concealment with Razor. Yep. I didn't have a superior stock, but as expected, the Andromedon cannot move close enough to me to punch me on 1 turn.
Multiple hostiles advancing on our position.
Interesting. There was actually reinforcements on this mission. Nakagawa, you do not have Fortress. Yeah. So you are going to have to make some really strange moves to get up onto the roof if that is where I want to put you. Nah, you can't actually make it there. Okay. Well, people have to get into cover. And we have to Overwatch on this pod that's coming down. And on the next turn is when we destroy the relay. Give us as much time as possible to deal with the enemies that we have. Now, Priest. This is where Priest comes into play. He reloads and goes into Overwatch. Hopefully Guardian activates multiple times, gets multiple kills. You're not moving. You're staying put. Would have liked to put you on the roof, but you don't have any sort of free reload, so that's what you're doing. And honestly, Razor can stay here too because, you know, I don't need to move them. They can kind of just move right up here by this motorbike, go into Overwatch, and when this pod comes down, they are going to have a really, really nice shot basically 100% chance to hit. It's probably not going to crit, but that's fine.
Sure thing.
So Razor, you move forward. Go ahead and overwatch.
Got it covered.
I do want Thunder to get a kill at some point, so let's move Thunder up into the half cover and try to get them a kill on this Andromedon.
Position.
Before I actually take the shot, though, I will move Zeus and I will move Voodoo. Now, Zeus, can you make it onto the roof? You can. That is where I am going to want you. This does get you poisoned, though. Is there a way to get you onto the roof without getting you poisoned? No. At least not in the number of turns that I want. That's not... Why does it look like there's poison here? The Andromedon didn't run this way. I mean, it doesn't say that it's poison. I assume it's not poison. Yeah. Yeah, Zeus, you're just going to have to move forward and go into Overwatch. Right by this security tower. That's fine. No? You're not poisoned, are you? Okay, good. Just a weird visual glitch, but that's fine. I'm not going to Overwatch because just in case I need to take a shot at the Andromedon, just in case Thunder misses, I want to have someone there. Nakagawa. What you can do is you can actually get into full cover that's really close. That does not get you poisoned, so go ahead and take that move around the poison. And you are not going to Overwatch yet, just in case I need you. Ekta's going to move forward. The Andromedon's going to move forward as well. Okay. Thunder. Kill the Andromedon, level up. It takes so many kills to get these guys leveled up on this difficulty.
Hostile neutralized.
You have to reload next turn, that's fine. You now can easily enter Overwatch. Ecto, you need to move forward, probably just going to put you in the half cover. The Andromedon can also move forward. Can put the Andromedon right up here on the roof. Can anyone else make it? Can Ecto make it? No, he can't. So he is just going to go into Overwatch, like right here. Any position where he's not flanked, but he can get in a nice Overwatch is where I want him right now anyways.
Come get some.
Voodoo, you are overwatching. Andromedon, you're the only one left, so you are going to get onto the roof here. I've never seen an Andromedon climb a ladder, I don't think, so let's see how this looks. Oh, he can totally do it. And you're going to get a nice Overwatch. You're going to have a very nice height advantage, and you're also not in cover. And the Andromedon can reach up and punch this dropship. I really wish he would. I'm also probably not using Skulljack as much as I should.
Got some advent here.
You know, I could potentially mind control these guys and Skulljack them. I could just get them wounded and Skulljack them. Oh, you're running through the acid. That's not smart. You're also executed.
Who's keeping score?
Maybe Guardian will proc again. Nope. Nakagawa taking a shot. Missed, did 1 damage. Here's Zeus with the pistol. For another 4. Razor finishing the job. Punch through the armor with the shotgun.
That's how it's done.
And that stun lancer is in cover, but he is moving. He should have stayed still. Dodged 4, but he's burning. Thanks to Fabio, the Andromedon's taking a shot. It's going to be very high percent, like 70. 5 damage. He grazed it. Still alive, but he's burning. He is acidified. I don't understand how he can survive this turn, but I will probably try to kill him with my sniper anyways. But yeah, he is screwed.
Signal is fading. They've almost completed the transfer. This is your last chance to take out that relay.
It is, but we can also just let the Andromedon do it very easily. Reload, take out the transmitter. I don't think it counts as a kill, which is why I kind of want to use his shot on this. Ignore Steam for a minute. Okay, good. Good.
1-5, we've confirmed destruction of the relay. The alien transmission is down. Eliminate any remaining hostiles and move to evac.
Unfortunately, actually, I realize now that I can't move the Andromedon out of the way to get up onto the roof. kind of actually I mean, not a major problem, but I really wanted to get the height advantage bonus on the Gatekeeper and the Codexes when they come down, because they're going to be coming towards us next turn guaranteed. There's no way around that. So what I'm thinking is we kind of just get everybody into cover facing this side of the like convenience store. No, this is a laundromat, and just kind of wait for them to come to me. We have all of our stasises available. We have null lances available. We have a domination available. Priest actually can aid protocol Overwatch himself. If the problem I have right now is that if we hit the codexes, they're going to clone. That might not be bad though, because what I could do is always serial with him on the next turn. You know what? Let's try it. Priest, I want you to aid protocol yourself and then Overwatch yourself. Maybe you'll get 3 Overwatches on this upcoming turn. I also need you to hack the objective, but we can do that later. I said I was going to do it now, but obviously that's not going to happen. Razor, you can get the kill on this guy, just to make sure that he is going to die. What? Oh, that was not what that's not what I selected.
Deflection.
That is not what I selected.
On reserves.
That is not good. We're just gonna move Zeus over and taking a shot with him then. Yeah, I'll have to like rewatch that because I am almost positive I selected the Elite Lancer and then took the action to fire. But maybe the UI was updating when I hit the button or something, or maybe I accidentally hit tab one too many times. I don't know. Doesn't matter. The Andromedon, he's not here to survive. He is here just to be a bullet sponge. You know, Voodoo, you are going to Overwatch. You're in a pretty good position, but I am going to move you slightly just so that you have a better angle here. Insanity does end your turn, so I want you to be on Overwatch. This Lancer's dead. He's on fire and he's acidified. Now, you are going to Overwatch. You have enough ammo. You need to reload, but you have free reloads. Ecto, you need to move into cover, man. Thunder needs to move into cover too. Where do I put Ecto? I don't want to move him too far forward, so we're just going to move him right around to the other side of this pillar. And Thunder, the same thing. Yeah, Thunder, you're just going to move right around the corner. Overwatch. Ecto, Overwatch. You do need to reload, but we can, you're going to be using psi attacks on the next turn. You're not going to be shooting. 2 damage from the acid, and 1 damage from the fire. That was a little bit closer than I was hoping, because that was exactly the amount of health that he had, but that's what I was hoping for. And the other pod did not come over to me, which is amazing. I don't know why they didn't come over to me, but it basically allows me an opportunity to kind of get set up. Get everybody onto the roof, get a height advantage on these guys, get everybody reloaded. Voodoo, get up onto the roof, buddy.
Heading out.
Ecto, you two. The Andromedon destroyed the cover here, but that's fine.
Absolutely.
Priest, you can hack the objective, but let's get you onto the roof first, I think. Let's have you reload, and then I'll move you on the next turn.
Ready to rock.
Thunder, you can get up onto the roof. They're not going to be in cover, but I think that is actually kind of fine. You have to dash, so I'm just going to not worry about you for right now. The Ranger. Ranger is going to go on concealment.
Now you see me.
And start moving forward. Ooh, I have to hack this thing to actually move the Ranger. So Priest, hack this tower, take it down so that Razor can actually move. That was a little bit of a bad move on my part, but it's not the end of the world because we can still get rid of the tower. Okay. Now we just have to worry about civilians.
I've got access.
There we go. Much better. Now, Razor. I need you to get in a forward position and let us know if there is a pod. I feel comfortable making this move, even though it is putting me a little bit far ahead. We don't see the other pod, so you know what? I'm going to dash Zeus up here into the half cover on the roof.
Roger that.
And Ecto, you're just going to reload, I think. Get people reloaded. Nah, I need people in Overwatch still. So you know what? No.
Scanning.
Overwatch where you can, including Thunder.
Covering now.
Okay, so I don't know exactly what's happening here. The fact that they're not coming after me is actually kind of good, though, because it means that I have time to set up on the roof, scout out where exactly the alien pod is. It looks like they have been moving. So I am kind of worried about them finding my Ranger out of position. I could put the Ranger on the roof. Let's do that. Let's do that because then I can move people into the position here. So Ranger, get onto the roof. There's the pod in the back of the building. So that's good. That means that we do have a opportunity to still get people set up here. It looks like this actually runs through the car, destroying it, which I don't understand why that would be a very good option for this Andromedon to take, but I'm probably not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to walk over here like a normal person. Okay, this should not destroy the car. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. Good. Now, Voodoo. You know what, Voodoo? Activate your wraith suit. You want to know why? Because then you can run through the car. I mean, you actually still can't really get into that good of a position. I was hoping you'd be able to run through the Andromedon, but I guess you just don't have that much of a movement allowance. It's fine, though.
On my way.
You can run through the car anyways. And you're going to go on Overwatch. Zeus is going to run into the corner. Ecto. You know, at this point, I'm just getting everybody into as good of a position as I can. And Priest as well. You are going to get up onto the roof. You're probably going to stand where Ecto is standing. Ecto can just kind of dash forward a little bit. I don't mind if a couple people dash on this turn.
Let's do this.
And this should be a pretty straightforward pod activation. The thing that's going to be tough is if there's a lot of codexes. They're still not moving towards me, which is nice, but if there's a lot of codexes, then we could run into a bit of a big problem with us basically just getting completely overwhelmed with codexes. You can't run through your buddy. I feel like you should be able to run through your buddy. Maybe that's, I mean, that's definitely something I think I can mod. I think I've identified where in the code running through obstacles happens in a previous bout of trying to do some bug fixing, so I think I could do that if I wanted to. Let's spread people out slightly. Priest, you can dash forward.
Double time.
I hope I did not put you, like, on the ground. Okay, good. And one more round of overwatching, and then we will jump down and see what we can deal with. You're just going to reload.
Back on Overwatch.
Okay. So, Razor, you're going to drop down. You're just going to drop down. You're not going to move forward yet. Because I want to see where all of these enemies are. Still over there. So get into the full cover by the building. You are about to toss in a proximity mine on these codexes, and then we are going to launch, I think, maybe an acid bomb. Doesn't land. Maybe maybe just a sniper shot. 100% chance to take out a codex with the proximity mine. That could be very useful. I like that idea. Okay, I like that. Everyone Overwatch.
Scanning. Affirmative. Covering now.
The Andromedon can pop forward to this position on like a next turn, so I don't need to worry about him right now. He's wounded, but you know that doesn't matter at all.
Affirmative. Covering 9. In cover.
Yeah, these guys are not moving. So, Razor, you are going to start with a proximity mine. You are going to land it on ideally all of them. If you can't, then just hit the 3 codexes. We're gonna split these guys. They're probably going to clone, but I actually don't really mind that, especially if I can maybe even launch a rocket back here, because if they clone, then my serial specialist could just take them all out with his stock and some good luck. So toss in the prox mine. Should not activate the pods yet, but as long as, in fact, let's just overwatch one more, because then I will have an action with my ranger on the next turn. Yeah. So now we're just gonna take Thunder and see where we can land this grenade or rocket. Yeah. Launch in a rocket, activate the pod. The codexes are gonna split, but they're gonna take damage from the mine when they move, theoretically, unless they clone or teleport. And if they clone, then they should hopefully not have that much HP, and then we can serial kill them. Okay.
Bring in the pain.
Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it did shred the armor on the Gatekeeper. The Gatekeeper is just going to go into stasis. He's not going to be a problem. Now, ideally, the codexes move, blow the mine. Oh, the Gatekeeper moved, and that blew the mine. Oh, that was amazing. That was fantastic. Now you have a 58% chance at hitting the Gatekeeper. We don't have Thunder. Thunder cannot shoot the Gatekeeper. In fact, a lot of our guys cannot shoot the Gatekeeper due to our positioning. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the thing that I said we were going to do. We're going to move the Andromedon in, take a shot with the Andromedon to maybe shred some armor. Oh, thanks for destroying the cover, you jerk. But we also have the 20% aim bonus from being on the roof. Oh, does a nice bit of damage. Enough that I think we can actually kill this guy with the, you know, a couple of null lances and then a ranger shot. So this might just be a really simple end to this mission. This Gatekeeper might just die right here. And I would be fine with that. Don't hit Nakagawa in the back. Look, what is up with his face? That can't be right. Oh yeah, this guy's dead. He doesn't even have 7 HP left. So the next null lance is a guaranteed kill. In which case, let's see if we can't get a kill with Razor, and this time not standing so close to the damn Gatekeeper that Razor blows up. Don't shoot the Andromedon either. He's our buddy. He's our buddy old pal. Good. And you didn't die this time.
What did you expect?
Nice mission, nice mission.
Confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
That kind of went down just as I had hoped that it would. Mind controlling the Andromedon with 70%. We can get that higher. If we do the autopsy on the Gatekeeper, we will be able to build another better Psi-Amp that will give us better Psi skill. Theoretically, better chance of mind controlling those big baddies. You know, because at 70%, even if you try twice with 2 Psi operatives, that's still only a, what's 70% of 30%? It's like 21%. So there's still a 9% chance, I think, of it failing. 2 dominations at 70%. 9%, you know, it's not 50%, but it's still 1 out of every 10 times you're going to be left in a situation where you don't have any Psi troopers because they've wasted their actions trying to dominate the same unit and they both failed. That's why I really like Mutons, and, you know, the first pod that we encountered on this mission was a Muton Andromedon. I could have tried mind controlling the Muton, 100% chance, but I really liked the idea of getting that Andromedon because it was a pod of 2, and I can deal with a pod of 2 easily enough. You know, even if I wasted 1 action with the domination, it's okay. The other Psi Trooper, they launched the they put the Andromedon in stasis, and then we just shoot it. You know, demolition the cover and then take our shots. So, you know, it worked out for us. We were able to mind control the Andromedon.
I'm certainly
It helped us a little bit.
Commander. Another heroic effort in the field.
No promotions, but that's just to be expected. Promotions come very few and far between in Legend difficulty. And we got a ton of loot, 35 supplies from that hack, I believe. Another Gatekeeper shell, advanced scope, advanced expanded magazine. The advanced scope I might just put on the Grenadier right now, just to give them a better chance to hit. landing those shots with the shredder, with the holo targeting, is kind of a big deal. More so than putting this on a rifle for our specialist with serial, I believe. Yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to do. Expanded magazine. I think I had an idea about what to put on, where to put this on. I think it was the specialist rifle, but this would also fare really well on the sniper rifle, because this would give the sniper rifle 5 shots before it has to reload. Currently it's at 4.
Excellent work, Commander. Your efforts continue to bolster the resistance movement across the globe.
And we have an engineer.
Commander, if you come across anyone with an aptitude for the sciences, send them my way. I could use the help.
I mean, our science team is actually doing quite well. Oh my god, I have to
I am intrigued by the idea that despite the Codex's best efforts to resist our intrusion into the Advent network, we somehow came away with a set of coordinates leading to an otherwise uninhabited region. The aliens certainly keep us on the move, one way or another.
Commander, now that we've built the shadow chamber, we should be able to complete a more thorough analysis of the alien artifacts and data we've been recovering.
Work is well underway, Commander.
Shen, you said that same thing before. But yeah, we have an autopsy, and an autopsy, which will take about, what, 25, 26 days to finish all of this research, and then we just spam intel with the scientists. So, you know, the research is pretty much done. The only thing we have to do is these shadow chamber projects. And again, 14 days for these to be completed. There's some more shadow chamber projects after this, but you know, we're not really behind on scientists. I mean, I could build a build facilities. I could build a, you know, laboratory, but why bother? Laboratories are kind of not all that helpful, honestly. I will put the extra engineer that we acquired on excavation. This is the last facility to excavate, which means that I have no idea what to do with these engineers once we're done. I guess put one of them permanently on the AWC and one of them permanently on the power relay room, I guess. But you know what, in any case, good mission. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again for the next one.